Hey everybody, welcome to a rare Monday edition of NoDQ&A video right here on youtube.com/NoDQ&AW, and as always, NoDQ.com. We are coming off TNA No Surrender. You can check out the results at NoDQ.com and all the very latest coming off the pay-per-view. But for now, let's get right down to your questions. If Batista were to return this year, who would you have him feud with, and who would you prefer to see him as, a heel or a face? Personally, I like to see him work with The Rock, Lesnar, and Sheamus as a heel, like his last run in 2010. I agree with you 100% about being a heel. I think Batista was arguably at his very best during his last run as a heel. I mean, he was just extremely entertaining, and the whole thing with the spotlight, I think Batista was doing his best work during that period, and it was really unfortunate that he left when he had so much momentum. But Batista wanted to do other things, and definitely would love to see him in there with guys like Sheamus. That would be a tremendous feud right there, and maybe another match with The Rock. I'm not even sure if we ever. Well, besides WrestleMania 20, that was the only time I believe that Batista and The Rock were actually in a match against each other on opposing sides. But to have a Batista versus Rock one-on-one match, that would be a great pay-per-view main event right there. And of course, Batista versus Brock Lesnar. That would be absolutely huge. And maybe we'll see something like that at WrestleMania. Who knows? I mean, the WrestleMania 29 card keeps flip-flopping around. I think if Batista was offered the right amount of money and the right matches, I think that he would definitely be back in WWE. He still complains about the PG product, but at the end of the day, he's a businessman. So if WWE makes the right offer, we could very well see him back and in some of those matches. This is from Joseph Silk. What's the point in a Rock versus Cena rematch? The older fans were happy with the result and the younger audience doesn't care anymore. The match was meant to be, quote, once in a lifetime, and Rock could help the company more by being in the ring with other people. The only reason that I think they would do a Rock versus Cena rematch would be, number one, for John Cena to get his win back, let's face it, and number two, just because WWE likes to milk the feud as much as humanly possible. They want to get every last dime out of Rock versus Cena. And if WWE thinks there's still money in Rock versus Cena, they're going to do another match. That's just the way it is. I'm not crazy about them doing a rematch. I don't think it's the best of ideas. I mean, it'll do good business, and if you have other big matches at WrestleMania 29, then it doesn't really matter all that much. But, I mean, if they have another match, everyone's going to expect Cena to get his win back. So that kind of takes away from the drama a little bit. The thing that was so special about the first match was that nobody knew who was going to win. When I put up the poll on NoDQ.com, it was a dead heat. It was literally like 50-50. Nobody knew who was going to win, and that made it something special. And they build it as once in a lifetime, but we know how WWE is. They always go back on their word and what they say. Happens all the time. And I definitely think, you want to get The Rock in there with some other people and do some other matches that we haven't seen before. This is from Nick Made Visible. Aaron, do you think the seeds are being planted for a Miz face turn? He put over Zack Ryder when he was on commentary and also was attacked by the heels after all. Personally, I think his heel character has gotten a bit stale. I agree with you. And same thing with Jack Swagger. I mean, the Miz has kind of been stuck. Lost in the shuffle. He's just been floundering around a little bit, and I think a change of character a little bit might do him a lot of good. And the problem with Miz is that in 2011 they were trying to push him as this dominant heel, but the Miz, he's not all that intimidating. I think the Miz is better off when he's on the mic ripping into people, and I think the audience really enjoys that. And I think that right there is just a natural way to turn him face. He has the catchphrases, I'm the Miz and I'm awesome, really, the stuff that the fans can chant along with him. And that's an easy way to transition him into being a face and just let him come out there, do his catchphrases, and just talk trash and let the people, cheer for him and get behind him. And I think the Miz could also be good as an underdog-like character too, where, the heel works on him and he makes his big comeback. I think that the Miz would just be good at that naturally, just because of his size and his look and all that. So I would like to see him turn face. I think it's something that would freshen him up a lot. This is from Sir Gio. Wade Barrett made a very underwhelming return against weeks of promos. His match was against Yoshitatsu on SmackDown in front of an embarrassingly dead crowd. What happened? I was looking forward to his return, and WWE gave him nothing to work with. Well, as you mentioned, one problem was that crowd. They were dead for that entire show. I mean, when they showed the shot of the crowd when Daniel Bryan came out, most of the people were just sitting. They weren't even cheering or doing anything. They were not into all that much on that show. So that was problem number one. And I think it would have been better to have Barrett come back as a surprise. I think doing the vignettes and having him come out just kind of feels like he's just starting over again. I think it would have been cool for him to make a surprise appearance and cost somebody a major match, like cost Sheamus the world title, or have him come back and make a huge impact right from the get-go. I think that would have been a better way to go, but I mean, I like the beard. I think that he looks better with the beard. I think that makes him look a little bit more intimidating, and it is a little bit of a change. I think he should keep the beard, and the new finisher, I mean, I like it. I'm fine with that. So we'll see where it goes, but yeah, if it was me, I would have had him do some sort of surprise and not announce his return in advance. This is from Shade Hedgehog. Do you see any kind of hope for Zack Ryder? And I do mean any kind of hope, even if it's as small as an appearance every couple of weeks on Raw, or even a steady non-title mid-card rivalry. I think that Zack Ryder will continue to have a small role in WWE, be a mid-card act and appear on Raw every now and then, but I really think that WWE doesn't want to push him because of the fact that he got over on his own and without WWE's help. I mean, if WWE had come up with all the ideas and then pushed Zack Ryder on their own, they would keep doing it. But they seem really hesitant about doing anything with him because he went off on his own and did his own thing, which is unfortunate, And the problem now is that Zack has cooled off a bit. I mean, he was at the peak of his popularity last year, and that was really the time to capitalize on him, especially like around Survivor Series when he was getting, there was Zack Ryder chants when The Rock was out there doing a promo. I mean, really that was the time that they should have pulled the trigger on Zack Ryder and pushed him to the top. Instead, they did that terrible storyline with Kane where they buried Zack Ryder week after week. And now I just don't think a lot of people care about him that much. I think people lost hope that Zack Ryder was going to be the next big thing. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't see him reaching the next level at this point just because WWE dropped the ball and I think fans are moving on to something else. This is from Dev0094. What do you think about Booker T banning Sheamus's Brogue Kick? Is this something real like WWE banning Orton's punt kick? Or is this just a storyline? It's just a storyline, and somewhat of a lame one at that. I mean, the fact that Booker T comes out during the main event and says that the Brogue Kick is banned, it's just silly, but it's typical WWE. You need some sort of conflict, and I like the storyline because it's getting the Brogue Kick over now. The fact that it's so dangerous that it has to be banned. I mean, that makes the move over, and now people are going to want to see it even more. So, in a way, it's kind of brilliant. I like the storyline, and also it's a way to get Sheamus's other move. He's doing the Texas Cloverleaf now, and it's a way to get over, let Sheamus start doing a submission holding and get that over now, too. So, it's actually very good booking by WWE. I mean, it's a bit silly, but it's effective in getting over Sheamus's finisher. So, I say thumbs up. All right, that'll wrap it up for this Monday edition of NoDQ&A video. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/NoDQ&AW. If you know somebody who watches wrestling, tell them about the videos. Spread the word on Facebook, Twitter. Make a tout video if people are still on tout. Who knows? I mean, I don't even hear people talk about tout. But and the thing is, I think WWE's already starting to give up on it, hopefully, because I was never crazy about the idea of tout. But anyways, I'm rambling here. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest in WWE and TNA. Let me know what you guys think about Bound for Glory. What do you think about the Bound for Glory main event at this point? Are you looking forward to Bound for Glory? Will you order Bound for Glory? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the pay-per-view. And I'll see you next time for more NoDQ&A video.